Hello and welcome to the Mobius Archives. This is your host, Mobius Rex, and we are playing the Refugee to Regent challenge using the FTB Infinity Modpack plus a whole heck of a lot of mods. Alright, today I think it's time to get started getting a few servants. Well, at least getting their bedrooms started. What I've decided is to start using some of our airships as a way to build pretty much modular housing. What that means to me is that we can build here in the airship area houses that are of sufficient size that we want to bring across to our city, either here or agricultural outlier or anywhere else we really choose to be. Possibly even making the basis of having a floating city of any way, shape, or form that we choose. What we have to do first is actually get the balloons started. In this case, I'm just going to make a small, dirigible-looking balloon. I'm going to need more string, obviously. But we're going to get something here started. So I'll be back with you in a second as we get ourselves sorted here. So this part of the balloon is going to just hold, it's not going to hold anything right now, it's just going to be able to lift our houses off the ground. Just going to make it however many blocks we can make it out of right now. And try not to fall and hurt ourselves too bad. Can't even reach that. So this mod is Archimedes Ships mod. It doesn't come with FTB Infinity. But it does allow us to get some flight mechanics in the game that otherwise aren't there. We don't really have floating and moving buildings without having like a frame type mod. Funky locomotion, something like that. I'm not even sure if that's in... I'm not even sure if funky locomotion is inside of Feed the Beast Infinity. I think I'm just going to buff this out by a few more blocks here. Alright, there we go. I think that there's a nice, decent-sized balloon. Should give us a little bit of lift for a small-ish building. If we need to bump this up, we can. Where are all my tools? Probably in here. Remember saying I'd use this for the better part of our tools. And that'll get us some of these back, and we'll be able to use them for building. Alright. So I think we are going to try out just using a simple room, see how much we can get. So this is just going to be a square room. Grab a few planks here. Pretty much on this frame here. We might not even give it a floor. We don't, at this moment, know how many blocks we can lift in our little frame up there. I think we need to have more than 40% of it being air balloon. So this really gives us quite a limitation on what we can build here. But if we can actually use this area as something of a template for what we can build, it might help us get a better build going later on. Obviously, if we start building all of our structures here, we can start getting the basics of a floating city pretty quickly. Let's just do that. And yes, I think I want to get towards making a floating city. And just a couple nice large rooms here. Nice height. Let's remove that piece. We just want to get an idea of what type of frame we can work with, how big it can be, with the number of balloons that we have available to use. Let's get some food in our belly as well. Now this place isn't particularly safe at night, so I'm definitely going to sleep through it. Even if I have to sleep up here. Haven't done that in a while. No whistling like Kurt J. Mac. Alright. Scaffolds are definitely useful whenever you're building this stuff for. Yeah, let's get up there. So this is going to be our first test building, really. And remember, I have a ring of magnetization from, I believe, Britannia. So this house as a basic structure is a bit odd to be flying around in, but I will use it anyway. There we go. Nothing much here. This is our test to see how big this is and whether this will actually work. We might need, it looks like we should need a larger balloon at top. We'll see. Alright, what we need next is a helm. Not those types of helms. Ship's helm. Ship's helm. There we go. And I just need one. Thank you very much. Let's get up here and break these blocks here. We're not using them accidentally. And let's see. Assemble ship. Mount ship. And you... Oops. Provide us lift. No. So air balloons are only 26% here. We'll need, even for this size of building, a lot more balloons. Let's see if we can bump this out. So what I'm basically doing now is just giving this thing a nice large marshmallow top. Not as aesthetically pleasing as the last balloon shape, but one that will serve our purposes nonetheless, assuming that we have enough balloons to actually lift off. Now this actually even looks like a roof. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it almost looks like a roof to the building. We could probably fill in a few more spaces here if we need to. Well, let's see if we get something here. 35, not quite yet. Of course, every block you add adds a little bit more blocks that you can't use otherwise. I have this balanced out so that way I think we're at 40% of the blocks determine whether you can actually lift off with a hot air balloon. And I'm out of balloons. Let's see if this works. Assemble ship. 39! Still no? Still no. Alright. Need to find more sheep. Be right back. Alright, needed to stop by a spectral dimension where I keep a lot of just junk lying around, including, apparently, air balloons. So this should allow us to take off nicely. Hey, there's an H in the ceiling. There we go. Nice little air balloon, and assemble that. 41, mount that ship, and yes, we have something that I thought just... Oh, dear. That shouldn't be happening. Those are shore buffers. You shouldn't be attaching to... Oh. What is going on? This should not be happening. These are shore buffers, meaning that Archimedes ships shouldn't be attaching to them. Something's not 100% right here. Let's just break those off. So I probably did have a viable ship a couple seconds ago. Now we have shore buffers. Ouch. Oh, and yeah, shore buffers here. That shouldn't be like that. That definitely shouldn't be like that. Alright, well, I guess we have to break these off. Now, I was expecting the shore buffers to prevent us from attaching here. I'll have to take a look at the configurations, make sure that the shore buffers are set up properly. It's probably just a configuration thing that's failing here, as opposed to something real, but you can see that it did not attach to the ground. That was a key thing. It should not have attached to the shore buffers and left us with a little bit more space, but like I said, it's probably a config issue that's causing the problem here. I'm probably going to have to get these rebuilt or set down a bit. Actually, why don't I solve that problem? Let's grab this helm for a second. And running jump. Huh. Need to get on here. Place you on top of here. And it collapses. Of course it does. Because I made it out of scaffolds. Right. Alright. Well, let's just ignore that, the fact that that happened at all. And grab her helm back. We'll figure out some way to make these cranes a little bit more robust. Ow. Falling lots today. 61% of the airship is balloon. Didn't need to do it that much, but we now have a nice little house. We probably could have built out a little bit more of this for one of our servants. Let's turn this into Something nice and large for... Is that a beehive? Something nice and large for, let's say, our gardener. We could do another one for the maid. And another one for our trophy curator room. I think actually I want a nice large trophy room as well. So this kind of sort of worked. We're definitely going to need a lot more balloons for a trophy room. Because it's going to be a lot bigger room itself. And am I going the right way? I am not. Need to be slewing a little bit this way. There we go. That's the petrified biome that I've been expecting to cross. Yeah, petrified flowers, my old estate house, but this is all in a eerie biome now, with the biome changes that I had between, what was it, 1.6 and 1.7? And that didn't go down too well, but now we have a big-ass wall between that and my estate. I think, because we have a gardener, they'll live nicely on the other side of our garden. The side of our garden area. Yeah, this area is coming around nicely. I like how the power station materializes out of the gloom there. Sounds like we touched the water. It's probably on the left-hand side with those scaffolds, but I think that should do it. And now that I got rid of the scaffold, down a bit. Just like that. Nice. Going to have to move you and find you oak sapling. What? Dark oak sapling. Yeah, that makes sense. Going to have to find you some pears because you don't seem to be growing very well in that area. At least alone. Might need to give you some friends. Oops. As I break the acacia tree. Alright. Basic house. Well, it's a house. It needs some wool of its own. Just to make a bed. So, gotta give it some way. Whoops. Upside down is not the right way to go. Gotta give it some way to get in. Give the gardener a way to get in. Just like that. There we go. Nice little bit of stairs. Put 3 of them. Just like so. And that gives our garden a nice way to get into their home. And maybe, well, let's say they get a couple windows there. Nice high windows on that side, letting the light in. Same thing on this side and on this side. Hell, this person could have possibly a 2-floor house. Short, small attic. Take that back. They don't need the helm anymore. Ah, hell. That's kind of decor now. Won't be useful because the ship has landed. Need it too much. And there we go. Access to the 2nd floor. We probably... Do I have any wool left? No, I don't have any wool left. Should have wood. And a nice amount of planks here that we can make. And the bed can do something in the corner here. We'll give them a little bit more privacy. We'll give them... Can I reach? No. Not really. Want to give them a nice little window here by their bed, but also give them protection from people who might peep in. Alright, so the minimum that I needed to supply was a room with a bed and a double chest. I provided pretty much an entire house here. We need to give them a couple doors too. And I'm out of wood. So, a couple doors. And we could put them out here. And that's just to have a little nice outdoor deck that really isn't much of a deck. But it's something to stand on and look out. Say hi to the neighbors as they come and greet you. Let them in. Might as well make up a couple pressure plates as well. While we're up there. So, And do we have... Well, let's see. So just adding a little bit more embellishments. We'll add the windows later. But I thought it would be nice to have, in addition to what we currently have, is a nice little fishing dock. So our gardener can fish as they so please. All right. So this is just the start of our servants' quarters. We have a curator, trophy room curator. We have to get our trophy room up and running. But trophy room curator needs to be given a little place. We'll need something for the maid because, well, I know very much that I do not clean up after myself as well as I should. So having a maid to help out will be very nice. And just getting the window embellishments here. Oops, wrong spot. Done. Just like that. Nice. And get a door in there. A door, I think they need a fireplace. I want to give them... Whoops, or furnace. Just for those cold, cold nights when they are cold and cold. Something to protect the door from rain. Going to need torches and whatnot, but that's stuff that we could add later. Alright, I think... Oh, we need a double chest. Just shove that up against the wall. There we go. I think that actually made a nice little place here. Let's see. Yeah, pretty good. It looks like a nice little village tower right by our home. And that should satisfy our gardener nicely. All right. Well, this has been Mobius from Mobius Archives. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, leave us a like, leave us comments, and suggestions. Be back with you next time. Have a good day, and a wonderful night. Bye-bye.